Alright, so in this video we're going to use the function on the screen to find both the y-intercept and the x-intercept, or x-intercepts. And so for the y-intercept, we always find that by plugging 0 in for x. So I'm going to evaluate the function at 0. So replace x with 0. And we can see that when we try to find the y-intercept, we get a problem because we end up with a negative number under the square root. And so that ends up being a complex number. And since we can't have complex intercepts, that means there is no y-intercept. And now we can find the x-intercepts by setting the function equal to 0. So set the entire function equal to 0 and solve for x, and from here this is a equation that contains one radical, so we want to get this radical by itself. So I'm going to add x and subtract 7. And then we can remove the radical by squaring. So we have x minus 1 equals, and on the right side I'm going to FOIL. And assuming that we can handle doing the FOIL method on the right side, that should give us x squared minus 14x plus 49. And I need to get this equal to 0 because it's a quadratic, so I'm going to subtract x and add 1, which gives me 0 on the left side of the equals. And then that's a nice factorable quadratic. Let's see if I use negative 10 and negative 5, and of course this is still equal to 0. Important to remember that. And so I get two answers, 10 and 5, and we want to always remember to check our answers with radical equations. So if I go back to the original equation and I'm going to check if I plug in x equals 10, let's see, the square root of 10 minus 1 minus 10 plus 7, let's see, right, so this would be the square root of 9, which is 3, minus 10 plus 7. I think that checks because that's negative 7 plus 7 equal to 0. That works. And then we also want to check x equals 5. So if I plug 5 in for x, this gives me the square root of 4, which is 2. 2 minus 5 plus 7. It doesn't look like that works because this is negative 3 plus 7, which is not equal to 0. And so we only end up with one intercept. Since x equals 5 doesn't work, the x-intercept would be 10, 0.